let's start with the center of the face. If you look at Elena's face, she has a little bit of a shadow in through here, around the nose and around the mouth. That's where you want to focus the foundation. That's going to even out her skin tone. So what I do, I have a little bit of the foundation on my brush, and you just brush it across the forehead, down the center of the nose, and on either side of the nose. What this will do is actually even out the skin tone. All of these shadows are going to be minimized with the foundation, so you always want to do foundation first. So start with the application, blending outwards. The brush allows you to have more precision with your application. The heaviest amount of foundation is really in through the center of the face where those shadows are. The eyes, the nose, the mouth, and also in through the chin. So you'll notice that I'm not using foundation from here all the way to her jawline or all the way up to her hairline. It doesn't need to be that full of an application when your skin looks as beautiful as Elena's does. Now you may see some shadows left. That's no problem. I'm actually going to use concealer, and concealer will conceal those shadows. Where I'll put the concealer is actually underneath the eyes, around the nose, around the mouth, and then a little bit around the chin as well. So when you use concealer, it's best to use a concealer brush. It's similar to the foundation brush, but it's much smaller. It's meant to be used in smaller areas of your face. With the concealer brush, I pick up the concealer. I like to use my hand as a palette. I'm going to apply it around the eyes, and you can even dot around the eyes first and then blend from there. You want to use small, quick strokes, and make sure you get next to the bridge of the nose. There's always a little dark shadow in through there. So I also want to use concealer in a few other spots besides under the eye area. I'm going to take my concealer brush and just dot a little bit around the nose, a little bit around the mouth, and a little bit on the chin. This way everything will look more even on her face. After you're done applying your foundation and your concealer, you want to set it with a little bit of powder. Now you don't need a lot of powder. I actually prefer a loose powder over a pressed powder because it looks a little bit lighter. A sheer finishing powder will work perfectly on Elena. So I have a powder brush here, and I'm going to apply the powder right through the center of the face, very similar to the foundation application. A powder brush actually applies the powder to the skin and brushes it away from the small hairs on the face. The next step is blush. Blush should make you look healthy and glowing. So we're using a blush brush to apply the perfect amount right on the apples of the cheeks. You want to look at yourself after you're done blushing naturally, or maybe even working out. That's where you want to apply the blush. So I'm going to use a really pretty rose tone color on Elena. Go ahead and smile. And you want to put it right on the apples of the cheeks. I like to blend more in a downward motion rather than back and up. That's a little bit dated, a little bit 80s. So let's bring it into the new millennium and put it right on the apple of the cheeks. If you want to put anything back here, it should be a shimmer or a bronzer, but not a blush.